Have you ever noticed that some men, even as they age, seem to maintain a level of energy and vitality that others simply can't seem to reach? You look at them, and you can't help but wonder, how do they do it? How do they stay so fit, so active, so full of life while others, even much younger men, seem to be dragging themselves through each day? What if I told you the secret isn't in some expensive supplement, some miracle product, or a life-changing surgery? What if I told you that the key to regaining youthful energy and strength isn't buried in a complicated health regimen, but rather hidden in something as simple as how you approach each day, twice a day? Today we're going to uncover the truth about boosting testosterone naturally, how men over 65 can actually regain the vitality they thought they had lost forever. You don't need to search for a magic pill or rely on treatments that cost a fortune. The solution is much closer than you think. It's a daily practice, a simple routine that anyone can follow, regardless of age, and it can make you feel like you're in your 30s again. Let me take you on a journey, a story of transformation. Not just a physical one, but a mental, emotional, and spiritual awakening. The kind of transformation that starts with understanding the power of your body's natural rhythm and embracing a lifestyle that reconnects you with that hidden vitality. This isn't just about testosterone. This is about rediscovering your energy, your confidence, and your zest for life. There was a man named Frank, someone who once had the world in his hands. In his 30s, Frank was everything you'd expect from a guy full of youthful energy. He was a father, a husband, a businessman, and a community leader. He worked hard, played hard, and still found the time to hit the gym regularly, eat healthily, and keep his life in balance. He was always on the move, always doing something productive, always seeking the next challenge. But as time went on, Frank noticed something. Something small at first, almost imperceptible. His energy wasn't what it used to be. The early mornings no longer felt like the beginning of a new day, full of opportunity. Instead, they felt like an uphill battle. And after 40, the changes came faster. His body felt heavier, his mind foggier. He started missing workouts. His diet slipped. He found himself saying, "I'll do it tomorrow," more often than he wanted to admit. By the time he reached 60, the weight of age was undeniable. He had a good life, but something was missing. Frank's testosterone levels had gradually declined, just as they do for every man as he ages. By the time most men hit their 60s, testosterone levels are significantly lower than in their prime years. But Frank didn't realize it wasn't just the age. He had fallen into a rhythm of living that was not helping him fight back against it. One afternoon, while Frank was visiting his son's family, his 30-year-old grandson asked him something that would change his life forever. "Grandpa, you look tired. You used to have so much energy. What happened?" It wasn't a harsh question, but it struck Frank deeply. His grandson was right. He was tired, drained even. The idea that he had lost something vital inside himself began to gnaw at him. Frank decided he wasn't going to accept this new, slower version of himself. He wasn't ready to be relegated to the sidelines of life. But what could he do? He didn't want to resort to expensive treatments or invasive therapies. He just wanted to feel like himself again. After some research, Frank came across something remarkable. A simple practice that promised to not just boost testosterone, but reinvigorate his life altogether. It wasn't about one pill, or one workout, or one meal. It was a full reset, a realignment of his daily habits that promised to harness the natural rhythm of his body and restore his energy. He discovered that it wasn't just about increasing his testosterone. It was about how he lived. Testosterone is vital to every aspect of a man's health, from muscle mass to mood regulation to energy levels. But it's also profoundly tied to his daily habits. How he wakes up, how he moves, how he eats, and how he cares for his body. It turns out that testosterone doesn't decline because of age alone. It's the result of lifestyle choices that we make every single day. Frank started to understand that the key to reversing the decline wasn't in fighting his body's aging process, but in aligning with it. And that's exactly what he did. Twice a day, he committed to small but powerful changes. The first step was aligning his circadian rhythm. Frank started waking up early, right at dawn. The first thing he did was get out into the natural sunlight, even if it was just for a few minutes. Sunlight, as simple as it sounds, is one of the most important factors for regulating the body's hormone production. It's also crucial for vitamin D, which is directly related to testosterone production. Frank noticed an immediate shift. His energy levels were higher and his mind felt clearer. But Frank didn't stop there. He also committed to exercise, not in a way that was overwhelming, but in a sustainable way. Every morning he did light stretching, followed by a short walk. Then he incorporated strength training, just a few minutes of bodyweight exercises like squats, push-ups, and lunges. This wasn't about building massive muscles. It was about stimulating his muscles and bones to encourage testosterone production. Of course, diet played a huge role too. Frank had never been the best at keeping his nutrition in check, but he started to realize how important it was for his energy levels and testosterone. He added more healthy fats to his diet, focusing on sources like avocados, olive oil, nuts, and fatty fish. These foods are rich in omega-3s and other nutrients that support testosterone synthesis. He also made sure to eat lean protein and incorporate whole grains and vegetables to maintain a balanced, nutrient-dense diet. Frank also focused on sleep, making sure to get at least 7 hours each night. He eliminated distractions before bed. No more late-night television or scrolling through his phone. Instead, he read or listened to relaxing music. Quality sleep is one of the most powerful testosterone boosters, and Frank felt it firsthand. Each morning, he woke up more rested and ready to face the day. These small yet powerful habits became Frank's new normal. And the results? Absolutely incredible. Within just a few weeks, Frank began to feel younger. He had more energy throughout the day. His muscles were regaining their tone, and even his mental clarity was sharper. He was reconnecting with life in a way that felt amazing. Frank wasn't just boosting his testosterone. He was tapping into the natural vitality that had always been inside him, waiting to be unleashed. And this transformation wasn't just physical, it was mental and emotional as well. He felt more confident, more motivated, and more alive than he had in years. By the time Frank reached his 70th birthday, he felt like he was living in his 40s again. His testosterone levels were naturally higher, but more importantly, he had regained control of his life. He had stopped accepting the limitations that aging seemed to impose. Instead, he had embraced the simple but powerful habits that made him feel vibrant, healthy, and energized. This isn't just Frank's story. This could be your story too. Whether you're 65 or 75, it's never too late to take control of your health. You don't need to spend a fortune on treatments or rely on quick fixes. By adjusting your daily routine, you can naturally boost your testosterone and, most importantly, feel like you're back in your prime. So what are you waiting for? Start today. Wake up with purpose. Move your body, nourish it, and most importantly, give yourself the gift of feeling young again. Twice a day, every day, you can ignite that spark inside of you and begin the transformation to a healthier, more vibrant life. You've got this, and it's never too late to start.